Hello and welcome. I see and hear that you are struggling with your bladder in some way. Maybe it's frequent urination, maybe it's chronic bladder infection, or something else, pressure in your bladder. I am glad that you found me. My name is Anne, and if you stumbled upon this video without being able to read my story with frequent urination, check the links around this video. I deeply resonate with your pain because I've been there. And I'm really passionate about helping you understand a different way of thinking about the bladder, of understanding the messages that I believe your body is trying to communicate, but it's getting lost in translation right now. And I am excited to share a point of view that I have been introducing to more and more people, and I really feel like it's a foundational element that will open new doors for you. So I'd like to begin by asking you a question, and that is, think for a moment about how much of your attention goes to your bladder on average. So 100% of your attention, meaning like all of your attention is going to your bladder all the time. And I'm fully understanding that it probably shifts. If you're busy, if you're doing things, you might not be thinking about it as much. Or maybe that's when you get worried about it. I know when I was out of the house, if I had to leave the house or if I was riding in a car, that's when I would really hyper focus on my bladder. Or maybe it's when you are settled around the house and there's not as much going on, and then you start to really feel pressure or pain. Or when you're going to bed and you're noticing, I've got to get up 20 times before I can get settled. There's not those distractions going on around you and as much throughout the day. So a lot of your attention goes to your bladder. Okay? So there's no right or wrong answer. Just pick a percentage. And the reason that I ask you that is because I see your bladder as a distraction right now. It's distracting you from something because all of your attention is going to here. Okay, this thing. You're worried, you're concerned, you're in pain, you're frustrated. It's all on this side. But what I want to show you is that when you're looking and you're distracted by this side, you cannot see or experience this other thing on the other side, that there's something here. And I think of this as a part of you, that we are all made up of millions of these octopi, and there's floating around in our bodies, and really they're looking for some love and some attention and just to be witnessed and allowed there. But what happens is the tendency when we are struggling with, in your case, in my case, when I was, the bladder, is that we're focused here. And then our motive and our goal becomes, I need to get rid of this problem. I need to solve this. I need to stop this. I need to get rid of it. And so that looks like this. I need to get rid of it. Well, from my point of view, that means that we're looking to get rid of a part of ourselves. It's eliminating. And what I want to show you is that these parts are connected. You can't remove them. You can't have one without the other. And so when we want to eliminate the bladder struggle, and get rid of it, then we're getting rid of both things. And we're subliminally telling ourselves that we need to get rid of a part of ourselves, which I just don't mesh with. Instead, I'm more about seeing and experiencing and giving love and attention to both sides to create this balance. And instead of trying to eliminate something, more so include it, allow it, see it, experience it, and basically invite it to come with you in your life. Allow it to be swimming around inside of you rather than this idea that I need to get rid of something. So I like to think here about motive. There's the common motive of needing to eliminate to solve the goal. If the goal is really to feel better in your body, to feel peaceful in your bladder, to feel like you can go out and be calm and not be worried about if you're gonna make it to the restroom before you wet your pants. That's a goal. Those are goals. And then there's different motives as to how to get to that goal. So some motives are needing to eliminate things from the diet in order to not have to pee so much, like eliminating caffeine or certain foods that might cause some inflammation for that burning and the pressure, right? Or you might feel like you have to eliminate certain habits out of your life because they're not working for you. So I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with elimination per se. But I also do believe that there can be another way, because I found, and people that I've worked have found, that the eliminating part, the motive of eliminating, typically hasn't been long-term success. Maybe it works for a little bit, but then something comes back. And then they feel like they need to eliminate more. So there's more limitations, and that kind of can create other stresses. So I have been more driving with an additive motive. And by adding self-love, self-acceptance, self-forgiveness, adding feelings, allowing the sensations of the feelings in your body, all of these are additive things. And the transformation has been outstanding, really miraculous sometimes feeling for myself and witnessing it in others. And it's such a subtle shift in perspective, but I find a very important and big one. It's simple, but yet profound from my own experience and what I've seen for others too. And the beautiful thing is that you end up getting to the goal, to the result that you're looking for, or maybe something even better through this additive process rather than an elimination one. And isn't that amazing? I think so. So that's what I believe. That's what I help people to see for themselves, and also to help guide people to do in different capacities. And I also like to see this as helping you to understand that what your bladder is distracting you from experiencing and feeling You don't have to consciously know this answer. You might have it in your awareness, but I'm not about the logical way of thinking about it. I believe that your body has the exact answer for you, and you have the capacity to unlock this answer. Everybody's is different. What my bladder was distracting me from feeling is probably not what your bladder is distracting you from feeling. But you certainly have the capacity to get to know this, to unlock this key, this answer. And then the beautiful thing is then you get to work with it. Because, for example, if it's distracting you from feeling joy or peace or sadness, anger, depression, each of those words is a frequency that creates sensations in your nervous system, in your body. And the way that I look at it is that when you start to experience one of those words, one of those frequencies, your body might feel uncomfortable experiencing those sensations. Even if it's something that you think that you want or think that it should be easy to feel, like joy, peace, happiness. Those are actually pretty common things that the nervous system actually feels quite unsafe feeling, because our modern world is actually really good at feeling the other side of the spectrum, like sadness, anger, frustration. It's like a feeding frenzy for that. There's a lot going on in the world that wants us to feel those things. So we have sometimes less practice feeling the other side of the spectrum. But regardless of what side of the spectrum you're on, it's the same concept that inside sensations happen. They might be so subtle that you don't even recognize that they're there, but your brain does. Because your fight or flight system feels those subtle sensations and then can only handle as much as you can handle. So you have a capacity for a certain amount. And as soon as you hit that amount, then your fight or flight kicks in and is saying, like, we got to get out of here. We got to stop these sensations. We need to distract and go over there now. Go away from this. We're going to use this side to distract and get you to focus over here. Because this, we now reached capacity. We reached maximum. We need to get away from it. So then you're focusing over here. And maybe you just have reached a lot of capacity for this. So I'm all about utilizing your bladder struggle to then help you uncover this side, and then to safely allow your body and your nervous system the capacity to feel those sensations, to create a safe container in which we give your body the permission, and it also has the signals that you're safe and you can feel those subtle sensations within, so that they can be experienced and witnessed and felt and accepted and brought with you. And then this can create more balance, because when you create the balance is when your body can then start to feel better. It can resolve some of those sensations you're feeling in the bladder because it's feeling heard and seen and experienced and more balanced. So if this is resonating for you, maybe there's light bulbs going off and you're curious and you want to find out this side, and there's a whole other world more of things that I can explain with this octopus, then I invite you to check out the links around this video to understand how you can unlock this answer for yourself. Because you don't have to do it logically. There's definitely wisdom hidden within your body, and you can utilize these messages to help yourself feel better and to gain the result that you're looking for, and maybe even more. Because I guarantee you that it's creating and asking for more self-love, self-acceptance, building yourself up, and it's almost like the bladder is the cherry on top. Until next time, take care.